In today's video, we're going to recreate a setup that I have in Google. It's already been posted on the update. That's what it looks like. Our last setup in Google was actually off of this low. It hit, it held, it triggered, had a little bit of a pullback that scared people, but all the averages were still on the side of the bulls with price above the 200 simple, above the 50 simple, and then the 513 AMA combo was still in a buy mode. So that trade, well, you met two targets on the upside, and if you used the trailing stop, you would have been stopped out of that trade. Okay, you can see there, you met two targets. So now what do? We just do it again, until it doesn't work anymore. So what I'm going to start with is probably what I have the most of to do, and that would be projections. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to run Fibonacci retracements, extensions, and projections and show you how we identify a setup. Now here we're going to be taking some of these swings, the highs to lows. Some of them might be too small. Some of them we may have gone through, but we're going to take all these and maybe the swing inside the swing, and we're going to project it from the most recent high. Okay, so let's do that with the three-pointed tool. I'm going to start with this swing high to low, and then project from the high here. Okay, that comes in below. I'm also going to take the swing inside of the swing. So that high to low, okay, we're a lot closer to that one. This one we may have gone through, so I'm going to just check it. High to low. Oh no, we're actually on top of it. All right, let's try a few of these others and see where we're at. We have this high to low. Okay, we're kind of on top of that one. Another high to low here. And okay, that's very close also. And then let's try this high to low here. Then we might do the swing inside the swing, which basically means like this high to low, which is within the larger swing. That one we're slightly through, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, and then let's look over here. We've got this prior high to low. Project from here. Okay, this one will be too small. All right, so you can see that we have a lot of symmetry projections between this 285.12 to 288.54 area. We have one other one below the market at 276.32. So what else are we going to look at? Well, I'm not going to mess with the extensions at this point, because if we ran an extension this low to high, it'll come in down here. And what I'm looking for is something that would maybe overlap one of these areas. So I'm not going to bother doing the extension in this case, but I am going to do the retracement, which is done with the same two-pointed tool. So I'm going to measure a low to a high. Okay, and there's an additional 618 retracement there. And then we're also going to run the slightly smaller swing. So this low to high. I think we're a little bit through that 618, but we will be above the 786. So we basically have two standout zones for support in Google. Now Google is still one of the few charts that has a bullish pattern, and it has all the averages, on the right side, to agree with the setup. We're looking at a pullback. But the rest of the market is looking kind of crappy. I mean, you'll see obviously in the indexes, we've got lower lows and lower highs, and we also have all the averages the other way. So, is this going to hold while the rest of the market's falling apart? We don't know, but it is still a setup, and we're still going to follow the rules. So, here, let's say that the first area is going to be 284.24 to 288.54. So you can write those levels down, or 276.32 to 278.34. Now, since we're already in the support, we can go down to a lower time frame chart and look and see if it triggers an entry. But, just like, the last setup that we looked at in Lyft, there was no buy trigger. So yes, we went through a lot of that support. There might still be one level left. I haven't looked at it since, but here, again, we're just going to look at it. It's setup plus trigger equals trade entry, and then you manage it. Managing it means where's your initial stop? When are you going to start trailing up a stop? When are you going to move the stop to break even? And, you know, when are you going to exit? Are you going to exit at a target, like 127201618, or are you just going to use the trailing stop and the trailing stop will exit? You know, I kind of prefer trailing because then a lot of times you get more than just the initial target on some of these. So anyway, your choice how you want to use it, but this is how we identify the trade setups. I hope that makes some sense. And, you know, you can always check out we do have a free 2-week trial if you want to check out the trading room in the end of day video where I go over, you know, a bunch of these charts. And then, you know, the girls have some of the other live charts up in the trading room throughout the trading day. So that's that. And everybody have a great weekend. See you next week.